Hi, my name is Sharon Polsky, and I'm a health and wellness coach from Long Beach, California. And I'm the proud owner of Unleashed Women's Fitness, and I'm a private consultant working for Nutrition 53. I'm 45 years old. I've worked in the fitness industry since I was 16 years old when I taught my first step aerobics class. I always choke up a little bit when I tell this story, but I think that's important. My dad is a really cool guy, and he made it really important that every kid he had a job. And I went to the gym with my brothers when I was 16 years old, and I would stare at the aerobics room. And I was like, I want to be an aerobics instructor one day. And my dad was like, well, that's a nice hobby when you're 16, but you're going to become an attorney. You're going to be a doctor. You're going to be a dentist. My dad's a professional real estate developer. And I said, yeah, but that's okay, but I want to be an aerobics instructor now. And so my dad walked with me to the manager of the gym. My daughter would like to be an aerobics instructor. She really likes your step aerobics classes. And my dad asked the manager of the gym if there was any kind of mentoring program. And she said, oh, matter of fact, there is. And we have an available spot. It is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6 a.m. And your daughter can be taught how to teach this step aerobics class. And I was so excited. And my dad bought me a step for my bedroom. And I practiced every day. And I went to teach my first step aerobics class, and there were 65 people in the room. And at the end of the class, there were 15 people left in the room. And it was easily the most humbling experience of my life. And I went home, and my dad said, how was your first day at work? And as any typical 16-year-old would do, I'm quitting. I'm never going back. My dad took my car keys from me. And my dad drove me to the gym for months, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 a.m. He did that for 3 months. And now I am 45 years old. I am one of the top health and wellness experts in the world. I am a presenter for the Step Aerobics program. I train future instructors how to teach all different modes of exercise, and I'm hired to create new programming, all because my dad did not give up on me when I was going to give up on myself. And so I think that those lifelong journeys are so important. And I kind of laugh about this story. I know I cry a little bit about this story too, but I laugh a lot about this story because my dad never wanted me to be this. My dad still to this day will say things like, couldn't you have been an attorney? And I laugh about it because I have my dream job every single day. And it's all because my dad forced me to teach these classes at 6 o'clock in the morning, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. As a consultant, I have had an opportunity to work in a lot of different industries. One of them is group fitness for major health club chains. I've been an operations manager and run 32 health club chains. And I've also had this great opportunity to run bodybuilding competitions. So I started in bodybuilding when I was later in life. I was 30 years old, which is really late to start in bodybuilding. I did fitness, the fitness routines. It was really fun. I was actually the first person to ever do a pole acrobatics routine. I was 5th in the US and 6th in the world. I had a great run. I did 25 shows over 10 years. It was an incredible experience, and I retired. I retired at a little past 40 years old, but I wanted to stay involved in it. And there's a gentleman named Paul Dillette that runs the World Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation, and he came to me and he said, I'd really like you to run fitness competitions for us. And one of the reasons that this is so important is because we want to leave a legacy and we want an opportunity to work with people and we want to find new health and wellness experts and we want to be able to bring fitness experts to platforms like udaya.com and bring new fitness experts to Nutrition 53. And so by working in the bodybuilding industry and by running those shows and being a consultant, it really allows me to bring a lot of new fresh faces, but also a lot of new fresh programs, not only to my clients, but to the rest of the world. I competed in fitness competitions for 10 years. I did 25 shows, and I never knew where that was going to take me because I started really late in life. And I was going to retire, and I decided I'm going to give this one last run. And I knew I had about 3 to 5 more years left of being able to get lean enough to step on stage and having a healthy enough body to do the workouts and the training to get there. I've always been really disciplined with my eating, and so that was quite simple for me. But I really wanted an opportunity one more time to accomplish maybe being a professional athlete. And I decided at 39 years old that I was going to go and try one more time. And I did it. I competed in 3 shows. By my 3rd show, I won first place, became a professional athlete in our fitness model category with the WBFF. And why that is important is because I think people make a lot of excuses about health and wellness and how it applies to them. It is never, ever too late for you to accomplish big things with your body, as long as you have a strategy and as long as you really want to accomplish those things. So for me, I knew it was the last opportunity I had. So I invested money, I invested time, but most importantly, I invested my emotion into becoming a world-class professional fitness athlete. And now I'm a fitness consultant traveling all over the world because of that one opportunity and that one dream. And that is worth all of the hard days in the gym. I've been an athlete all of my life. So getting into fitness was really a natural progression. I got in my first pool when I was 5 years old, and I was a top swimmer, nationally ranked. I rode my first horse when I was 5 years old, and I was a nationally ranked equestrian. But at some point, you start getting injuries. When you compete at a very high level in athletics, it becomes a job instead of a love. But what's really cool about that is you love the competition of it and you love the success of it, but you also love the way you feel. And winning isn't just, it's not just about the winning. That's not what I mean by the way you feel. But when you're athletic all the time, you're mobile and you're strong. And so when I stopped athletics, I actually got into dance and I stopped athletics. I started to see I'm not as strong as I used to be. I'm not as flexible as I used to be. But most importantly, I wasn't as happy as I once was. And so even though I was teaching fitness from the time I was 16 years old, I really wasn't that dedicated to fitness. It was something I was really good at, so I just did it. So then I started thinking, what am I going to do? And then I decided to be a professional acrobat. And I was really lucky. Most people don't have an opportunity to do what they love each and every day. I have been a world-class athlete. I've been a professional acrobat. And now I'm a fitness consultant traveling all over the world. So one thing I always tell people, if you do what you love, every single day it won't feel like a job. But also, I think at 45 years old now, I am in better shape than I was at 18. I know I'm healthier. I definitely know for a fact I eat healthier. I know for a fact I'm absolutely more active. I get way more sleep, definitely drink way more water at 45 years old. Every day, I think I have more energy than I even did in my 20s. And if that is all you get out of getting involved in health and wellness programs, that's a really important piece of just longevity and happiness and health and wellness. The way I got into nutrition was that I became obsessed with obesity. I have two obese parents, and what's really interesting is they're also quite tall. My dad is 6'2" and my mother's 5'10". I'm 5'3". So I really knew that I didn't have great genetics to start out with. So having role models that didn't understand food actually was a motivator for me to learn everything there was about nutrition. I became obsessed with it. I read every book. I took tons of classes. I had mentors all over the world that taught me all sorts of nutrition. I worked in the bodybuilding industry as a nutritionist. So I had all of these opportunities to really learn it from the ground up. But the reason was because I didn't want to be obese, but I also don't think anybody else in the world should have to be obese. And growing up in America, that's all we've seen for a very long time is this obesity epidemic and this diabetes epidemic. And it's getting worse. But what I find so interesting about that is there is so much access to information today. Maybe there's too much access to information because people can't decipher what's real and what's not real. But getting into the nutrition industry for me and becoming a nutrition consultant was probably the best thing I ever did because not only do I get to help myself, I get to help other people. And now that my parents are older, my dad's 85 and my mom's 79, and I've helped them become healthier. And they're enjoying the later years of their lives that I don't think that they would have been able to enjoy if I hadn't become a nutritionist. There are 5 building blocks to health and wellness. And I talk about these building blocks all the time. I call them the 5 pillars. At Nutrition 53, we call them the 5 pillars. They are the 5 most important things for health and wellness. The first one is sleep. Did you know that human beings are the only animals on the planet that take pride in not sleeping? Their egos actually get in the way of sleeping. That doesn't mean they don't need sleep. That means that they have adapted to not sleeping. And we now know that things like not enough sleep can cause dementia, as much as even Alzheimer's. Not getting enough sleep will actually make you burn muscle and gain body fat even though you're on a low-calorie diet. But if you get 8 hours of sleep or 9 hours of sleep, you'll actually burn body fat instead. So sleep is that first component. The second one is water. We know that the human body is made up of a lot of water, and you got to drink it. And yeah, 4 liters a day is what we recommend to people, a gallon of water a day. But if you're drinking a small bottle today, just increase that to 4 bottles a day and work that up over time. But you got to start drinking some water. The third, stress management. We live really active lifestyles as human beings, and I call it the rat race. And the rat race it's literally like running on a hamster wheel day in and day out and day in and day out and day in and day out. Your body adapts to stress, but you may not know the effect stress is having on you. I find this always interesting when people go on vacation and the very first day of vacation, they sleep for 3 days. That means you lead a really stressful life at home. You should be able to go on vacation and wake up at 9 a.m. and want to go have breakfast and go do some sightseeing and maybe take a little nap and then go do some nightlife. If you're sleeping a lot on vacation, it's probably because you're pretty stressed out at home. So let's try to find some stress management. Stress management, not avoidance. If you avoid it, that is when it all piles up on you because there's stress in every life. Working out would be the fourth one. And working out is just moving. Just get moving. Just get your legs moving, get your arms moving, get your heart pumping each and every day. It can be a 10-minute walk and be playing at the park with your kids. Home chores is work. If you like to swim, swim. But just move every single day. And you don't take a day off from moving. There's no rest day from moving. Human beings were designed to move. Walk to the corner store once a week. Walk to the corner store every day. Do something active. The last component that's so important is nutrition. And I know that nutrition is so confusing. There's so much information out there. Should I be a vegan? Should I be plant-based? Should I eat a cow? Oh, I can't eat cows. It's mean to eat cows. I can't eat chicken. I shouldn't eat fish. Oh, there's as much protein in broccoli as there is in a cow. So much information. At some point, it really is simple, but you don't know where to start, and I understand that. Just start eating real food. If it grows that way, eat it. If it runs, if it swims, if it flies, eat it. If you're used to eating a whole pizza by yourself, how about you just pare that down and eat maybe 2 slices a week instead of a whole pizza? At some point, nutrition will become common sense for you. If it comes in a box, it's probably not healthy for you. And if it comes from nature, it probably is. So that 5th building block is just going to be nutrition. Healthy nutrition is your energy. I used to have this saying, it was called, build your body like a race car. You would never put cheap fuel in a Formula One car. You would never make it through the 24 hours of Le Mans with cheap fuel in that car. You would never make it through the 24 hours of Daytona with cheap fuel in that car. Your body is a really great machine. Don't be cheap with it. Invest in your food, invest in yourself, invest in your body. I've always said to people, treat your body like a race car. Getting started with healthy eating is pretty complex for people today because the very first thing people start to do is get onto the internet and try to figure out where the best place to start is. But they don't even know who the experts are. So I think for most people, you've got to find an expert, an actual expert that specializes in healthy eating. Have them write you a program. Have them write you a one-time program. But here's the thing. You have to be ready for the journey. If somebody writes you a program for healthy eating and you still want to eat pizza, you're not ready for the journey. There are no cheat days on healthy eating. There are special occasion meals. I am not a believer that you should be eating a healthy Christmas dinner because one meal a year isn't going to mess up your nutrition. You should be fully enjoying every single special occasion. Your birthday, my birthday is my favorite holiday, and Halloween. Do you think I don't party on Halloween? Do you think I don't fully enjoy my birthday? I eat whatever I want. I drink whatever I want. I fully enjoy it. Guess what? I eat healthy 90% of the time. So it affords me that luxury. You don't need to eat pizza every week. You don't need a treat meal once a week. How about you just eat healthy, enjoy eating healthy, and then partake in those special occasion meals, and you're actually going to really enjoy them if it's something that you just don't do all the time. The best strategy for introducing healthy eating into your weekly program is to keep it simple. People love recipes. Why do you need a recipe? You need a vegetable, you need a protein source, and you need a fat source. 4 meals per day. That doesn't get boring. I find it funny when people say, oh, that's so boring. I use so many spices on everything I eat. I use lots of herbs on everything I eat. But when you start making recipes, you're really complicating it. I like the way I eat. Every morning I eat 3 egg whites and 2 whole eggs. I have a tablespoon of hemp seeds, and I have a whole cucumber peeled and eat it raw like that. I love my breakfast. And people always say, well, isn't it boring to eat that day after day? No, because this is a race car, and I am going to fuel this race car properly each and every day. And you actually aren't going to be very efficient, and your performance is going to be bad if you don't fuel it correctly. And I demand a lot from this, so I owe it to my body to actually put good, healthy food into it. And you should too, and it's really not that difficult, but keep it simple. There are so many benefits from introducing healthy eating into your weekly program. I think the biggest benefit is you just feel better. You have so much more energy. So if you have kids, you have all this energy to run around with your kids. And honestly, they take a lot of work. You're doing laundry all the time. You are cleaning that house all the time. You are picking up crap everywhere. Maybe you don't have kids, but you have a husband or a wife. And you have so much more energy that you and your husband stay up later at night and get to connect after work. Or you can have date night once a week now because you have all of this excess energy. There is such a huge benefit to your energy reserves and your metabolic system when you eat healthy that makes enjoying and living your life spectacular. There are so many pitfalls when it comes to healthy eating. And I think the biggest one is that they listen to the internet and they listen to the newest fad diet. There is no diet that works. Let me say that again. There is no diet that works. If somebody tells you you are going to lose 1 pound a day, no diet works. You might lose 1 pound a day right now, but you know what's going to happen when you stop doing that diet is you are going to gain it all back. That diet didn't work for you. You want to know why diets don't work? Because they're temporary. We need to change your lifestyle. And the way we're going to change your lifestyle is by keeping it simple and teaching you the truth. Do you know why fitness experts don't teach you the truth? Because you're going to stop paying me. Guess what? I don't need your money, and I don't want your money. I'm going to teach you the right way to eat each and every day for the rest of your life. And guess what? It's going to work. So no, you don't need to do paleo. No, you don't need to do ketogenic. If I hear the word keto one more time, I think I'm going to crawl out of my skin because it's not necessary. You don't need a diet. Just do you. Eat healthy, be happy, and keep it simple. I think one of the biggest pitfalls today in healthy eating is how much sugar is in everything we eat. We know that sugar causes cancer, heart disease, diabetes. It's actually one of the biggest contributing factors of obesity in America today, yet there's sugar in everything. I'm not sure how to get my clients to stop eating sugar. I think it's the biggest struggle that I have as a coach each and every day. It was the biggest struggle I had. I have a neurotransmitter disorder, and it forced me to stop eating it. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me because I would be really sick today and I'd be really obese if I kept eating it. You aren't that lucky. You just got to dig deep and just suck it up, buttercup, and just stop eating sugar. You got to start reading your labels. But here's the strategy that I would use to stop eating sugar. Every time you eat sugar, are you opening up the window to cancer? Are you opening up the window to heart disease? Are you opening up the window to diabetes and obesity? If you think about your health, stop worrying about being fat. We have to stop worrying about being fat. If you eat the way you're supposed to eat, you're going to be the size you were meant to be. This obsession with how much we weigh and how much fat we have and how much body fat we have, stop. Start worrying about your health, disease prevention, things like that. And if you look at your body that way, giving up sugar and giving up those things is easy. And it's not, I'm never going to eat sugar again the rest of my life. That's not me. I definitely enjoy a dessert. I definitely enjoy a cocktail. I definitely enjoy sugar. But do I need it every day? No. So just start reading your labels and just start taking the sugar out of your daily diet. And you will see how much better you feel. And that will be all the reward that you need for it. As a nutritionist, the number one question I'm asked by every single client when they start a new program is, yeah, but when's my cheat meal? And I think it's so funny because I work with lifestyle clients. And I don't understand why you need a cheat meal. To me, it just seems so weird. And the reason why they're asking is because they're going to deprive themselves for 6 days. And then they're going to binge on one meal on day 7. You know what that is? That's an eating disorder. If I just said that to an eating disorder doctor, he'd say, I think your client has an eating disorder. Now, my clients don't have an eating disorder. It's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that binge and purge mentality is what leads us there. So I actually don't really subscribe to this whole cheat meal conversation. There are so many great books out today, and there's so much research right now on brain chemistry and food. And we know that the perfect combination of sugar, fat, and salt make foods more addictive than crack cocaine. It actually works on your serotonin receptors in the exact same way. And it's not an abundance of sugar or an abundance of salt or an abundance of fat. The food industry has learned how to combine sugar, fat, and salt to make it highly addictive to human beings because they make a lot of money off of that. And so every time you have that pizza, did you know pizza is actually the perfect combination of sugar, fat, and salt? That's why everybody on the planet loves it. And that's okay as a treat, as a special occasion. But if you have that pizza every single Sunday as your cheat meal, on Monday you have food cravings, on Tuesday you have food cravings, it's so hard to eat healthy again that day because then I'm hungry at 4 o'clock, I'm not sleeping well, I have all these food cravings. So for me, I eat healthy 6 days a week. On the 7th day, I have what's called an open food day. I can eat anything I want in any quantity as long as it's healthy. And then I use a special occasion meal whenever one occurs. I will tell you, in my life, and maybe in your life as well, there's at least one special occasion every single month or twice a month. There's a wedding to go to, there's an anniversary, there's a birthday party, there's a holiday. So try that. Eat healthy 6 days a week. Have an open food day 1 day a week where you just eat whatever you want to that's healthy. And then go to special occasion meals where you fully enjoy that meal to its full deliciousness. As a health and wellness coach, I want everybody to be successful. And that is a pretty big dream. But with the internet today and the opportunities that we have in the industry, it's really cool that we can use technology to reach the masses. And I just want everybody out there to know that there is a coach out there for you that is the right coach. It's affordable, and it may not be me. It may be anybody else. You just have to find the right coach for you. Affordable, knowledgeable, and has the right philosophy for your lifestyle. And if you find somebody to help you and they teach you, those are skills that you're going to keep for the rest of your life. And you're going to live to be, maybe in my case, 103 like my grandfather, but maybe not. But I'm still going to live a long and healthy life, and I want you to as well.